guys, it's Sam, and this is my spoiler-free review of Jade City by Fonda Lee. This is the first book in an adult fantasy trilogy that is Asian-inspired and is following primarily 3 adult siblings within a crime mafia-type family. This book was our House Out Book Club pick for March, so this video might be going up before or after the live show. But if you want more in-depth thoughts, and that's already up, I will leave that on the screen. So first off, I'm gonna talk about the world building. This is, like I said, an Asian-inspired fantasy setting. I would say that this is light on the fantasy though, because the only magical element thus far is that Jade is the stone that imbues magical abilities to people. It is very similar to like the medals in Mistborn, for example, with like the things people can do when they have Jade on their person and they're a green bone, which is a person that can use Jade without having like many negative side effects, although they still have to be a little bit careful about it. So they can go faster, they can be more strong, they can deflect things like that. And the people who are green bones are the ones that are in these clan families, which are these like crime families that are a part of this island that this is taking place on. And I would say the feelings of that like crime family setting, this city that is run by crime families and like the Jade and stuff like that, was pretty easy and easily fleshed out. I would say the main part of this book is actually the characters. So as far as the characters, I liked our characters, but I wouldn't say I necessarily fell in love with them in the way that I was expecting. There are 3 main ones that we follow, I guess maybe 4, and they each are coming at sort of Jade and their responsibilities and things within the family from a different place. And this book is primarily setting up all the character stuff, to be honest. There is some world building stuff, yes, but this is mostly setting up the characters, the character interactions, the history of all the characters, the different relationships and things. That is all being set up so that we understand all the dynamics and political machinations for the rest of the series. So because of that, this is much slower than I was expecting it to be, and like I said, because I wasn't completely enamored with the characters right off the bat, I like them but I don't love them, this didn't grip me in the same way that I was expecting it to. And because of that, our plot is mostly just setting up all these character interactions, the political machinations, how this system works, to understand how the warring families could potentially be a problem. I will say, as far as like antagonists and stuff, I would say the antagonists are the ones that I find the most interesting, and I'm interested to see how that gets developed. Our main characters that we're following, many of them are like quite impulsive in a way that I kind of like. I love an impulsive main character, but I would say that the just conniving of some of the antagonists makes them like very worthy opponents, and I do love a series that does that well. There's also parts about the end that set up some interesting conflicts even like within the family and things that I think will play out in a intriguing way. If you're looking for something that is higher fantasy or more complex fantasy, this isn't that. If you are looking for like maybe a good introduction to something that has slight fantasy elements but not a ton, if you like more of the like political machinations and a slower book, I think you would like this. I am interested to hear if you've read this series and what you think of it, if you think that the other books get better, because I have heard that. I do feel a little bit, not tricked, but like no one has said a bad thing about this series to me, and not that this book was bad, it wasn't. It was just way more setup than I was expecting without having any warning from other reviews. I have like never heard anything about the entire series is amazing, not like, oh, the first book's a little slow but the next 2 are really worth it. So I went into this with different expectations than what I got. Still decent. I still plan on continuing with the series, but I'm not in as much of a rush as I thought I was going to be. Gave this a solid 3 stars. It's well written. It's not a bad book. It just wasn't giving exactly what I thought it was going to give. So comment below, let me know what you thought of Jade City. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.